Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into something that's absolutely critical for any nonprofit success: how you think about and how you treat your donors.
So let's start with a really big question, a fundamental one. Do you see your donors as true partners in your mission? Or are they kind of just piggy banks, sources of funding? Shifting your perspective on this is an absolute game changer. It can totally transform your organization's growth and sustainability. Okay, so to really see what I mean by this massive shift in mindset, let's look at an amazing real-world story that just perfectly illustrates this whole principle in action.
So, meet Manuel. He's a veteran philanthropy advisor, and he just gets it. He understands that at its very core, fundraising is about people. It's about connection. It's not just about numbers on a spreadsheet. Now, here's the thing. Instead of jumping right in and asking for a huge check, Manuel did something different. He just invested his time. He met Sam for lunch every month, had real conversations, and focused on building a genuine relationship. He wanted to understand what made Sam tick, what his values were, before anything else.
And this right here, this quote from him, it just says it all, doesn't it? The connection has to come first. When you take the time to really know your donors as people, you can line up what your organization needs with what truly, deeply resonates with them.
And the results? Well, you're looking at it. $1.5 million. But here's the key. This wasn't just a donation. It was the natural outcome of building trust and creating a personal connection. It was proof that treating Sam like a valued partner really, really paid off.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, how can I do this, right? Well, it all starts with one thing: building a rock-solid foundation of trust with every single donor you have. One of the best tools you have for this is something called the Donor Bill of Rights. It's a framework put together by the Association of Fundraising Professionals, or AFP. Think of it like this. It's your public promise to be ethical and transparent. And it's so easy to implement. You can literally just post it right on your website's donation page. It gives donors so much confidence.
So what are we talking about here? Well, it's pretty simple stuff, really. Things like the right to know exactly how their money is being used, the right to get the right kind of thank you and recognition. When donors know they can count on this level of respect, they feel secure. And that security, that's what turns a one-time donation into a real, long-term partnership.
All right, so once you have that trust, what's next? That brings us to principle number 2. Communication that actually connects. You use that foundation of trust to build a real relationship through smart, heartfelt communication. And this is a big one, folks. You just can't treat all your donors the same way. I mean, think about it. Sending out the same generic email blast to everyone, it's just not going to cut it. It won't build that personal connection we're talking about. Different donors need and want to be engaged in totally different ways. This is exactly why you've got to segment your communications. It's so important. For instance, a major donor, they might want a face-to-face meeting to really dig into the impact they're having. But your steady monthly donor, a really personal, heartfelt email recognizing their ongoing support can mean the absolute world to them. It's all about meeting them where they are.
Okay, now this next point might sound a little backwards, but trust me on this. You have to be honest, even when the news is bad. Being upfront about challenges is unbelievably powerful. It actually builds deeper trust because it shows that you see them as a real partner, someone who's in this with you. And you'd be surprised how often it inspires them to step up and help even more. Let's talk about how you talk about money. This chart here is a really powerful way to think about it. For years, we've used this word overhead, and it just sounds bad, right? So let's reframe it. Call it essential operations, because that's what it is. It's the staff, the lights, the computers, the stuff that makes your mission even possible. When you teach your donors about this, it helps them see the whole picture of their incredible impact. Okay, let's bring this all together with our final principle, which is all about building a donor-centric culture. And listen, this isn't just a task for your fundraising department. This is about weaving this way of thinking into the very fabric of your entire organization. When you build this kind of culture, it means that every single person on your team, from a program manager to the person answering the phone, they all get it. They're prioritizing understanding what your donors actually care about. They see them as partners. Transparency becomes the default, not the exception. It means you personalize everything. And this thought from Manuel, it just wraps everything up so perfectly, doesn't it? When you make your focus about building these genuine, authentic relationships,
The fundraising part just becomes this natural, wonderful outcome of that partnership. It stops being a transaction and it becomes a shared vision. So the real key now is to take all these ideas and actually do something with them. So I want to leave you with a question to think about. What is one small, simple thing you can do this week to treat a donor like a true partner? Maybe it's a personal thank you call you've been putting off, or sharing one specific story of impact with someone. Whatever it is, that single step, that's where the real relationship begins.